Today I'm gonna tell you something about filming in 120 frames per second in slow motion and 24 frames per second in real time speed, after the intro. What's up guys, Dan Frullani here and welcome back to a new video. Slow motion, what about it? First thing to say, do we always have to use it or do we always need it? Well, it depends. For sure, not always. It depends on a few things, like what mood, what emotions we want to convey with our footage. That'd be a B-roll, for example. Yeah, what else? If we film our video, our sequence in 120 frames per second, hopefully in 4K, we get some buttery smooth slow motion. That's considered very cinematic. But hey, why do we say cinematic whenever we talk about slow motion? Seriously, how many slow motion sequences do you actually see in a movie? Yeah, sometimes, but not always, not often. Slow motion should be used wisely. Again, depending on the emotion, the feelings we want to convey through our footage to tell our story, and most of the times we don't need that. Like now I'm gonna show you something I filmed on the train going to Madrid or coming back from Madrid in 3 different occasions. And this first sequence, well, let's call it a B-roll. It's in slow motion, 120 frames per second, 4K, buttery smooth, great. But even when I was on DaVinci Resolve to edit it, I had to cut a lot. Because of course when we shoot 120 frames per second in slow motion, it's like 4 times slower, and that means 4 times longer than a regular 24 frames per second footage. So I had to cut a lot in order not to make it boring. And I even had to speed up a few sequences, a few pieces, for the B-roll to be more dynamic. So we can't just shoot in slow motion thinking that whatever we make in post will result in something awesome. If we're good at it, it eventually will, but don't take it for granted. This other sequence was shot on the same train, a different day, but with a tighter lens in real-time speed, 24 frames per second, the 4K of course. and I think it gives you different emotions from the previous B-roll in 120 frames per second. It's more dynamic, it's more natural. Some pieces are kind of shaky, and I left them like that on purpose. been a choice. And now you want to tell me that doesn't look cinematic or less cinematic than the one I shot in slow motion? Let me know in the comments, but honestly, I don't think so. Now, the next one is a mix that I shot on the same train, different day, on my way back home from Madrid. Alright, let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe if you ain't already. And check the links in the description to see all my gear stuff and things, my gear. And check the link to Artlist. You can get 2 months of awesome music, great sound effects, voiceovers, a lot of things. 2 months for free if you subscribe to an annual plan through my link. Alright, and I started with the intentions of filming everything in slow motion, and that's how I started. But then I decided to film most of it in real-time speed. Included some slow motion here and there. One in slow motion, one in real-time speed 100%, and the other kind of mixed. When I filmed in slow motion, then in post I had to speed up some of the pieces. And like I said before, I cut a lot of footage from what I filmed in that occasion, because it's too much slow motion, too much. And even from everything I got left, the good pieces, let's say, some of them I had to speed them up to make the footage more dynamic, a little bit more, to serve my purpose. For some reasons, when I filmed in real-time speed, I've done it all in real-time speed, 24 frames per second. It was all good. And when I decided to film in slow motion for the last B-roll, the last you watched, then I changed my mind, because it wouldn't match what I had in mind, what I actually had in mind in the moment, in that very moment. So it's not about there's a specific situation where you have to film slow motion and another one specific situation where you can do everything in 24 frames per second real-time speed. It's more about a personal choice. As long as it allows you to tell the story, to tell your story your own way. And my only advice would be try to make it as much dynamic as you can, because nobody wants to watch a 10-minute B-roll in slow motion. That'd be awkward. Worth mentioning that when I decide from the beginning to film in real-time speed, I just go for it. I don't feel the need to go filming in slow motion, which is the opposite of what happened when I decided to film in slow motion and then I found myself filming in real-time speed. So in the end, we don't always have to, or we don't always need to film in slow motion. So my final piece of advice, just be creative, express yourself, tell your story, don't be afraid, and try not to be boring. Not too much slow motion. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash the like button, subscribe if you ain't already, and I'll see you guys the next video. Oh yeah! I didn't like it, I'll do it again. Oh yeah!